The gospel this morning talks about our faith foundation. I grew up in a small fishing village in Baluarte at Taguluan, and most houses are built just beside the shoreline. And every year, since the country is always visited by storms and typhoons, average of 20 every year, there is this constant danger. And so people build their house trying to build it solid so that when typhoon comes, it will not be destroyed. If there's a threat in our house, or we foresee something that threatens our life and our property, we usually take precautions to avoid such disaster. Today, the Lord's story of being swept away by flood waters and windstorms must have caught the attention of the people who also experience storms, who occasionally sweep through their dry land without any warning signs. Especially in my place where there is no warning signs except for the fishermen to watch out the clouds, and they can tell which wind or the direction of the wind so they can prepare. And it seems like this story, the gospel story, is still speaking to us today, because some of these floods sometimes just destroyed a lot of properties in many parts of the country. The significance of this story is it's telling us that the foundation that we build in our lives also determines whether we can survive the storms and trials and all these temptations that comes along the way, that for sure will come in the future, for the devil doesn't stop tempting us away from the right path in life. And it takes a foresight to know how a foundation will stand up against adverse conditions. And the Lord in the gospel shared to us this story as a precaution, as a warning to all of us. He sees our heart, our motives, our intentions, our desires and choices. God cannot be deceived. He knows everything about us. And how do we prove that we are sincere in our words and in our works? It is through witnessing Christ in our own lives to other people, to be kind, to be loving and forgiving, be generous, be respectful, be honest in whatever that we do in this life. The Lord, through our own life, or the Lord always watches us. The Holy Spirit, if we continue to ask for His help, will enlighten us and will give us wisdom to know the things that sometimes we are confused of because of the present situation in our community where wrong became right because it's been passed as a law or political correctness. And sometimes there is this contradiction in our hearts between following and what the church says. Fine words can never replace good works. To be kind and generous to those that we encounter in these lives is greater, or it's much better than just saying, I want to help, but not really helping. Our character is always revealed in the choices that we make, especially when we choose between what is evil and good. It doesn't mean that is politically correct means good. There are so many things that we are asked to follow, but it contradicts with the church teachings, like abortion, like euthanasia, and all these things that we have seen around us. It's okay to express your opinions, but to destroy things is not okay.